Vigets, yo, what's up, guys? What is going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. Portugal versus Slovenia. I just finished watching the extra time and the penalties. I wasn't able to catch the entire game yesterday because I had to go to work. So my thoughts are a little conflated and turbulent, especially when you watch it in sections. And my perspective is a little different too, especially with that whole fiasco of Cristiano Ronaldo and the cry fest. So I have some thoughts on the Cristiano Ronaldo affair, and him crying. A part of me feels for him. You know, he's a human being at the end of the day, and you have to try to disconnect the asshat that he is. You know, the snob that he could be. You know, the stuck up individual that is the persona of Cristiano Ronaldo. And just realize that he's just a human being, just like all of us. You know, and stuff happens. But seeing him cry like that mid game, I mean, pretty much told me everything. And I already had my suspicions before, and I don't think I'm the only one that Cristiano Ronaldo has some traumas. He's got some stuff that he needs to work through, and I kind of don't feel bad for him because I mean he has all the resources, and there's no reason why he should be behaving that way. You know, there's nothing wrong with a man crying. I'm not saying that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But you know, within the game, and I think I think most of these players, if not all of these Portuguese players, I think they all grew up looking up to him, and he is the one that's commandeering. He's the one that's leading them. And for him to cry mid-game because he missed the penalty, it just kind of shows like everybody knows that he thinks he's bigger than life. It's always all about him, right? Everybody knows that. You can see it in that one game where he ended up passing the ball, and everybody made a big deal about that. He actually passed the ball. You know, I even said that. You know, oh my God, he actually passed the ball. The pundits were saying that too, and they were trying to hold back. You know, because he's always been a selfish player, and there's nothing wrong. People are going to say that, you know, as a striker you have to be somewhat selfish, but we're talking about more than just being a selfish striker here, and it shows that like he's got some inner work that needs to be done. Now, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, but you don't have to be when you realize that, you know, mid-game you're crying, and I get that the passion's there. That's great. I'm all for that, but you know, we got to get the job done. He once again showed that it's all about him, you know, with that he missed that penalty. And Cristiano Ronaldo needs to realize at this point he is privileged to still represent his country at 39 years old. I still think that he can give a lot to Portugal, definitely. He can still contribute quite a bit, but he needs to be okay, and it should be the norm that he gets substituted. That game, this Portugal side was playing with one less man for more than half of the match, right? Like I said, I still think he contribute a lot to this Portuguese side, but he needed to be benched, not Leao. And it's kind of an insult when you have a healthy Gonzalo Ramos. I'm not a Gonzalo Ramos fan, but I mean, you saw what he did at the 2022 World Cup when he came in, hat trick if I'm not mistaken. So stuff like that, you know, it's just this is a young man's game at the end of the day, and he needs to be okay with being benched. Like Messi gets benched, and you know, it's not the end of the world, right? I'm sure he doesn't like it, but Cristiano Ronaldo, I mean, God forbid you bench him, right? And I feel bad for the coach, or not really. I mean, you have to have the courage to be able to do what's right for the team and the country, and you have to take him out. If that means you got to take him out, like in this game, you have to take him out, because every single ball at one point towards the end, when they were just depleted, you know, Cancelo was trying, Mendes was trying, Leao, he was like a locomotive down that flank. Bernardo Silva also, which didn't have the best of game. He's not playing like he does in Manchester City. Bruno Fernandes, right? Paulinho, everybody's trying to attack everybody. Conceição when he came in as well. Diego Jota as well. But after fatiguing themselves and trying to make something happen, I mean, they were just looking for him. Yeah, they were looking for him the whole game. It wasn't just towards the end, but they made it almost strictly about him, and he was trying to like, can we get somebody else to take free kicks? Why does it always have to be Cristiano Ronaldo? You know, and his style of free kicks also changed. He's got like this weird follow through, right? It's not just like he just stops as soon as he kicks it. He just comes to a halt. He keeps going. He goes all the way through. He keeps running pretty much. There's other people that can take free kicks. You know, Bruno Fernandes. You got Bernardo Silva as well. Like somebody else. You know, he was making it about himself. He wanted to be the hero. He wanted to be just like Messi. I think he's still competing in his head against Messi. Like, dude, you are a legend. You accomplished everything. You've accomplished more than most human beings in the history of mankind will ever accomplish. Like, let it go. Let it go. Seriously. You know, and then afterwards when he scores his penalty kick, and he's like, you know, he's apologizing to the crowd. You got nothing to apologize, bro. You didn't do anything wrong. Like, leave that. Again, all the resources, all the money in the world, and he's a man child. He still hasn't made any progress. I mean, who am I to tell him, right? But still, like I have to say it. I just feel like it just warrants, somebody has to say it, because everybody's always falling back on, he's competitive, he's, you know, this guy that doesn't like to lose, he's passionate, you know, he gives his all. No, he's a sore loser. Like, wake up. That's the reality of this guy, you know. And I get that. Like, look, if you have a completely opposite viewpoint than mine, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue that. But from time to time, you gotta wake up and see that he's kind of, yeah, he's pretty egotistical. He wants to be the hero, the one to save everybody, right? And he's not going to do that. Not at his age. That's done. That's in the past. And he's got nothing to prove anybody. As far as the game goes, I don't know if I mentioned, but Slovenia did a really good job. Drakusic, if I'm saying that right, I thought he had a really good game, and he did a really good job against Ronaldo. He really put a stop to Ronaldo most of this game. Chesko, man, Chesko, he could have been the hero of this game, pretty much. The mistake from Pepe, another one that played an astronomically amazing game, except for that one mistake, and thankfully Diogo Costa to the rescue. But Chesko, dude, that was you. That was all you. You could have had Slovenia qualify for the next round, you know, for the quarterfinals, and you would have been playing France, you know. And I'm sure he's probably waking up at night, or he's been waking up at night, you know, kicking himself and thinking like, how did I not miss that? Because Pepe was still far behind him, and he could have done so much in that play. He could have lobbed it, he could have chipped it over, he could have dragged it, and, you know, taking Diogo Costa around. He could have done a lot of things. So just the kick should have been better. The kick should have been better. So there were chances. Slovenia did pretty good when it came to the attack, you know, despite Portugal having more opportunities, but they really put a stop to Portugal's attack. Portugal, yeah, they got there. They sometimes got in the box. I mean, Cancelo, I haven't seen Cancelo play like that in Barca at all. He was a monster. He was a monster on that wing. He was inspired. He was just diabolical what he was doing in that wing. And this was in the second half. Lau, another one in the first half. Bernardo Silva, again, like I want to say more about him, but I'm not seeing him. He's not doing what he's doing, what he does in Manchester City, as well as Bruno Fernandes. Not the same player that when he has good games, of course, at Manchester United. Ruben Diaz, another one that played well. And man, they have so many people in that bench, you know, like I said, Gonzalo Ramos, they had Joao Felix, you know, Semedo that came in as well, Dalo as well, just waiting, you know, just itching to come in. So they played very well. So did Slovenia. I thought it was a good match. And Diogo Costa, of course, man of the match. Diogo Costa, man of the match with those 3 amazing saves. And then obviously the save against Chesko. And Oblak too. I don't want to leave Oblak out. Oblak had really good interventions and saves. The penalty, you know, the miss, that was a really good penalty. I think the penalty, the way Cristiano Ronaldo took it, it was a little bit too predictable. But the save also, because it was a hard shot, the save was really good. So yeah, it was a good game. Anyways, guys, thank you so much as always for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.